Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. It's been super long that I haven't uploaded the videos. But like in this video, I'm going to talk about a really important issue. You might know so many students around you if you're going to the universities, right? They've come to the UK, they have done their graduation, now they're on their 2 years of post-study work visa, and a lot of them aren't able to land the job here in the UK. Job is like far off, they're not even able to land the interview stage, right? Which really breaks my heart to see like so many students who end up spending so much hard-earned money of their parents and they're not even able to land the interview. So in this video, what I'm going to share with you is my own strategy which worked out for me in order to get a sponsored job for myself. You can see the videos in this channel that I'm someone who's actually got a sponsorship. I know so many people who offer advice on this topic, but they themselves don't even have a sponsorship, they don't even have a job for themselves, right? But you can see the credibility from my past videos. I'm somebody who started their journey as a student. I've been able to get my job straight away after the masters. I never even went even to my post-study work visa. Just upon the graduation, I was able to get the job, and this was only possible when I followed this three-step strategy, which I'm going to share exactly in this video. Moreover, there's going to be a special announcement at the end of this video. Make sure that you're staying tuned in because it's going to be for your own benefit. First step which I took in order to get a sponsorship job was, now this is a little bit of a mistake. Let me tell you what the mistake is and let me tell you what the step is, right? So the mistake is we start building our CV as a step one, and in my opinion this is the wrong thing to do. You shouldn't be building a CV. So a lot of students, what I've seen is when they're in the university, they start putting their education together. Oh, I'm doing my masters, I'm doing my bachelor's. They make the CV, they go on to some certain roles on Indeed website and they start on applying. No, that's not the right way to do it, right? The very first step is about the market research, right? So I'll give you like a 4-step strategy to look for here, right? What are the things you need to know before you even start creating your CV? The very first thing is what sort of role you want to go into upon your graduation, right? In my case, I did a chemistry degree. Do I want to become a scientist? Do I want to become a laboratory technician? What sort of role am I looking for? If you are a marketing person, where do you want to go? Do you want to go into digital marketing? Which sort of marketing you want to go into? If it's finance related, you want to become a financial analyst. If it's consultancy, what is the specific role which you're looking to go after? That's the very first thing. Second thing is which industry. Now I can be a, let's say, a analyst. It could be in an IT company. It could be in a financial company, it could be in a real estate company, it could be in a consumer good company, right? There's so many industries out there. Third one is your location. Again, you need to narrow down your search when you're applying for these jobs. Like, do you have any preferences? Maybe you want to just stay in London. You don't want to go to Scotland, like so far off. Like, do you have any preferences? As much narrow you can be in that initial defining that what is that thing which you actually want, right? Like, sit with yourself, think about like I have had this experience, I've got this module, okay, let me think of like this is my portfolio, what sort of role is it actually going to fit in, right? So do that exercise. Don't like start building a CV for the sake of building a CV, because trust me, I know so many students who start building a CV and then they don't even land interview stage, right? Because we need to make a CV absolutely for that specific role which you want to go and apply. Then the fourth thing is which company you want to go into, right? So for the companies, you need to start writing down. So in my case, I just applied. So I applied to 5 companies. There were like 2 big companies, 2 medium-sized, and 1 small-sized company, right? And in like different industries. That's the way I applied in my case, right? Again, for you, have a look at what are those 5 companies or 10 companies, 10 companies at max, not more than that, okay? And we need to like throw away that mindset of applying to hundreds and hundreds of jobs. No, we just need to apply to 10 companies with really quality applications when we do them, right? So figure out what those 10 companies are, right? When you invest in the stock market, you sort of like diversify your portfolio. The same with job application, you need like diversify your portfolio. Second point is we need to make a standout CV, right? Now how will you make that CV? Now you've done that initial phase of just sitting with yourself, figuring out what the narrow search looks like. Now what we need to do is we need to make your CV according to that role. If it's going to be a digital marketing specialist, we need to make sure all the skills which you mentioned in your CV are related to it. If it's a consumer research or a product research scientist, like that's the job which I do, my CV needs to be like that. If it's going to be marketing, it needs to be like that. We need to like read at the descriptions for those 10 companies which we're going to apply for. So if it is like company A, there's the application of financial analyst, we need to look at the description so that we start putting that keyword into your your CV. And that exactly is what ATS system do, right? What ATS system do was, oh, well, this was my description. Does this person has those keywords in their CV? So we need to start making that CV according to the job description which you're going to apply for. The second is structure really matters. Make sure you start with your education, experience, key skills. Use the terminology which is more common when in terms of the CV. Like, there'll be hundreds of CVs, right? So there's a certain terminology which the people are used to it. There's a certain format which people are used to it. Make sure your format and the structuring is in that way. Then third, show your results. I see so many CVs which they have mentioned a bullet point. First of all, it's like 3 sentences. Never do that. Your bullet point, 1 sentence is more than enough, right? And secondly, not starting your bullet points with action verb, right? Or sometimes they even start with action verbs, but the action verbs are like really weak. For example, worked on a project. Now, that's not that everybody works on a project, right? Instead of that, what you can say is, led a team of 4 to deliver a £50,000 project within 3 months, achieving 20% efficiency goals. So we really need to focus on that outcome and how you've actually developed that skill and what that skill is. So what that skill is, how you've developed it, and what is the outcome. Those are the condensed version which you need to start putting into the bullet points which you're listing. And then avoid making common mistakes such as spelling errors, professional use of professional font, avoid any flashy designs. Okay, they see like so many students when they hear about this term called standout, they think they need to like put some colors into the CV, they need to like put some different sections into the CV. It's not about that. It's really making a CV really, really professional without any spelling errors, using a professional font so that it's ATS compliant and you get into that interview stage. Number third and the final thing when I did my applications was this, right? So once I had like a really nice CV, I spent 3 months making my own CV, applied for the job, straight away got an online assessment from them, right? Now, if I was somebody who would have straight away jumped onto doing an online assessment, I would have made a big mistake. So in my case, what I did was I practiced that online assessment over the internet websites, right? There are like few websites, I'm going to list them down here. It's called Job Test Prep or Assessment Day. Use this platform to really practice, right? So if it is, let's say, Company A, just search on Google, Company A online assessment. There would be like so many people who have done in the past, they would be sharing their experience. Read it. What were the challenges? What is actually being asked? Use the internet to your benefit. Before you even do any online assessment, make sure you spend good enough time to practice it. You're confident that this is going to be asked, I know how to answer it, and you go forward. The second is your interview preparation. Again, this requires a bit of a practice. For example, there will be some common questions which most of interviews really encapsulate. For example, tell me about a time you overcome a challenge, right? Now that's a specific question which is being asked to you. A lot of people, you need to be articulate with your thoughts, right? So use approach called STAR approach. That's the exact approach which I use in my interview. You start with the situation, describe what was the task, what was action you took, and what was the result you achieved, right? So use the STAR method. So like these were overall the 3-step strategy which I really followed able to get my sponsored job. Now is the time I want to make a special announcement on this channel, right? So there's a link mentioned in the description of this video. If you click on that link, it will take you to a Google form. So what I'm providing you is a 3 months of job mentorship program, right? Now it won't be for everyone because I know I'll be getting so many applications with that link which I provided in the description of this video. What I've asked you is just like few simple questions. It's a very straightforward form, and what I'll do is I'll just take 4 or 5 of you as my students whom I'll be helping over the next 3 months in order for you to really land that interview stage and eventually get a sponsored job, right? So there's a link mentioned in the description of this video. Do click that link. This is all where you'll actually get my own inputs, a one-to-one sessions. There'll be so many sessions which we'll be doing together. We'll be working on your CV. We'll be working on your online assessment skills. We'll be working on formalizing what the job strategy really looks for you in order to get a sponsored job, right? So we're going to do all of those kind of things in this 3 months of job mentorship program. The link is in the description of this video. Make sure you click it and use it to your benefit.